Good afternoon on what is a bright, hot and sunny day. It is Thursday the 16th of June and I have a parcel which is obviously international because it's come via the Home Office Border Force and it's been checked and opened and so on. So let's find out what's inside. Of course, I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And the knife. So slide this open. Almost there. Okay. And just give you a glimpse of what's inside. That might give you a clue. Pull out is Toon, the cartoon role-playing game designed by Greg Costacyan and developed by Warren Spector, published by Steve Jackson Games. Now originally this was published in 1984 by Steve Jackson Games, and this is the, let's have a look, well this is the 1990 version, 1991, which collects a lot of the earlier content. So, you know, essentially, basically the earlier books that came out after the original Toon. So, let's get silly. Toon is a different role-playing game. Remember those great Saturday morning cartoons? Now they're back, and you're the star. Toon lets you be a rabbit, duck, moose, mouse, woodpecker, wombat, crocodile, caveman, whatever you want. In Toon, anything can happen, and anybody and nobody ever gets killed. Been punched, blown up, steamroller, don't worry, you'll bounce back in the next scene, ready for more. This book includes quick and simple rules, plenty of silly charts and tables, and lots of cartoon adventures. A joker's dozen. Ready to get silly? Get in Toon. This deluxe edition of Toon includes all the material from the original version, plus everything from Toon Silly Stuff, Son of Toon, and Toon Strikes Again, and lots more brand new material, including 2 new feature films. So this came out in 1984, and it's interesting to note that in 1984, that's the same year that Paranoia came out. So we really have kind of like what I think are 2 quite radical role-playing games. So which really asked you to think about how the way you role-played. So in Paranoia, you play an agent of or troubleshooter working for the computer in Alpha Complex, who is armed and told to go out and take out, report subversives and communists and mutants and members of secret societies and other traitors. The problem is that, okay, you're probably a mutant, a member of a secret society, and therefore a traitor, and technically you should report yourself. And everybody's like that. And it leads to a very adversarial kind of style of game, and at the same time it's meant to be satirical and funny. Toon draws on sort of like an older tradition of the sort of like the Warner Brothers cartoons. So obviously Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and all of those fantastic characters, Tom and Jerry as well. Fantastic characters of sort of like the late 30s, 40s and 50s, which we know and love. You know, that were anarchic, funny, broke the fourth wall and then back again, and poked fun at other cultures, cultural artifacts, you know, to Bugs Bunny and, you know, doing opera is hilarious. You know, Daffy, you know, Duck Dodger's Adventures in the 24th and a half century. Does Buck Rogers and all that kind of sci-fi, but does it badly, and it's funny. But this is the role-playing game which lets you do all that kind of thing. So, right, let's have a look inside. It's all plain black and white, and it has a special message for experienced role players. And I think this is going to be important. There we go. Toon isn't like any other role-playing game you've ever known. It's in most RPGs. Their idea is to plot and plan, to think before you act, and to make sure your character survives, thrives, and becomes more proficient at everything he or she does. And it says, in block capitals, forget all that. There we go. Survival, who cares? You can't die, so you've got nothing to lose by jumping right in and having fun. Survival, yeah, okay, so think before you act? No way. If you take the time to think every action through, the game will get bogged down, and nobody will have any fun. The action in Toon should be fast, insanely fast. Remember, you're supposed to be a cartoon character. When was the last time you saw a cartoon character do something logical? Act before you think. And here's something else that's special about Toon. It doesn't matter how stupid, weak, or inept your character is. Poor die rolling doesn't mean a bad character. Half the fun of Toon is failing because of the silly things that can happen when you fail. So, bad characters are just as much fun, maybe more fun, than good characters. So repeat, forget everything you know and act before you think. There's that affirmation again in big, bold letters. So, it's... what you get into it is, so what it's so it's got quite an explanation of what the rules. The rules are fairly simple. It's a roll of two six-sided dice plus an appropriate skill. So you know you are and then just getting aiming to get over a target, and that's it really. So there's quite a beat up cupping. So we get started, and it's really quite simple with a list of skills. Shows sort of broad stats, so fighting, fighting, running, throwing, that kind of thing. All the kind of action skills you expect a cartoon character to be able to do. Essentially you've got a section here on taking damage and falling down, and better Fred than dead, and there's a character who's been boggled or stunned and so on. He's got the stars and bones and stars wheeling around his head because he's out of it. And then we have fast talk, dodging, and so on. And then this is for animators only. Yeah, the game master in this game is called the animator. And then that's that. So this is page 14. Page 14, we have a quick start. We literally, here's a short subject. The sort of thing they will put on before the main movie, or and it's the Cartoon Olympics. Interesting that obviously the fun thing there is the fact that 1984, that's the Los Angeles Olympics. So that's an Olympic year. They're doing an Olympic scenario. I mean, obviously, not necessarily a coincidence, but here you've got the stats for the characters there, and they're all quite simple. You could fit that onto an index card, and then that's it. You've got typical kind of casting. Of course, the referee or the judge is a mole and short-sighted. That's part of the fun. And then monkeys are thrown in. Of course, there are monkeys in this. That monkeys add R equals fun. So here we actually get onto creating a character. So you can pick this up, start playing with the given characters, and away you go. But some minimum preparation, and you're doing things like rolling for species, setting yourself beliefs and goals, and there are tables and stuff for you to do that. So you can start play. You could be a frog, a crow, a stork, an alligator, a vampire, a unicorn, a lizard. They're all listed there. You get some possessions, and you've got things like normal things to carry, not normal things to carry, and then how to do everything. And that's the list of skills. That's it. So under muscle skills, break down door, climb, fight, pick up heavy thing, throw, zip skills, dodge, drive, vehicle, fire, gun, jump, ride, so on. Smart skills, hide, spot, hidden, identify strange things, read, resist, fast talk, see, hear, smell, set, disarm, trap, track, cover tracks, chutzpah skills, fast talk, pass, detect, shoddy goods, sleight of hand and sneak. That's it. And then shticks. So a shtick might be is like an ability or an extra thing that you can do, kind of breaks reality potentially. So it might well be hypnosis or flight or the bag of many things. So here we're going to go through all the kind of the different skills and so on. You've got all these fantastic pieces of artwork. So yeah, going through all the different skills, nice illustrated in each case. As you know, what I like about this is it's clearly laid out. They've chosen artwork to fit each location, each skill. So you know, so drive vehicle, yeah, a plane being flown very badly. Jump, you know, you have a kangaroo with, well, there probably isn't a kangaroo in there. So on. So we've got all the skills, and then we get out into shticks. So we have things, bag of many things, change shape, coat of arms, and literally when they say coat of arms, that's a coat with many arms, not a heraldic device. And you know, bag of many things, just pulling things out. You know, a shovel, a 100 bills, a rhinoceros, an airplane, a can of spinach, you name it. Essentially, every time you roll that and you want to pull something out, you say what it is, the animator approves, go. You know, detect item, flying, all available as shticks. Incredible luck, visibility, incredible strength, all available depending upon what sort of character you want to play. And then you can personalise sticks and teleport and stuff like that. So lots of options in there. And then we've got the advice for the animator, fine tuning. Lovely pun, I approve. That's a lovely pun. Nice piece of wordplay, I do approve. Anyway, so, you know, it's got guidance on higher, uh-oh, I didn't expect this, or illogic, logic, cause and effect, and so on. So not only do so in this is a game where the animator really has to think on the spot, hard and fast, because her players are going to be coming up with, you know, all sorts of things in reaction to whatever's going on. And so we have things like the effects of being boggled, which is, you know, whether that's because you haven't, you know, a character has decided, has sort of like, you know, your cartoon character has started thinking and can't think enough in time. No, you're boggled. I'll move on. Come back to you. Takes and double takes. You know, that whole thing of the jaw dropping, the eyes coming out. You know, that's a double take. And then you've got plot points. Plot points are a part of the fun of the game. They're given out for acting in funny or clever fashion. Don't be stingy with them. Of course, you don't want to be too free either. But essentially, you know, it says if somebody does something good and funny, yell plot point, point your finger, and lead the applause. But there's also a guide to taking them away as well. And there's a use of them, so they can be used to improve skills or shticks. They can use to buy gizmos. Each gizmo got, you know, so on, and they can buy one point shticks as well. And we have the perfect animator, and we've got a list of the Toon commandments. We have guidance on writing them. And the thing is with this sort of cartoon is that there's lots and lots of inspiration, and that's the rules. That's the rules, and obviously there's a bit of addition stuff from the various later books. But we get on to short subject, the adventures, and then we start off with the Cartoon Olympic Strikes Back. So more of this, and then I fogled you, and this is in fact essentially, yeah. So. Short subject, space that saps. You go into space. You're doing again that Dot Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. It has its own version of the Martian. So that's more of a knitted woolly cap rather than a Greek or Roman centurion's sort of helmet. Sorry. The better house trap, so not mouse trap but house trap. So the scenarios are getting longer and longer as we go through. Fast food fracker. Okay. Beach nuts or no sense at all. Again, nice wordplay. And we get onto actual full feature films. So they're getting larger and larger. So far, you know, a lot of this has been adventures which that you can bring to the table. And this is a game which actually is really quite easy to bring to the table because it's minimum skills, minimum prep. So you know, in this one we're facing a vampire called Count Gotchilla, and the Doctor is Dr. Nuts and Bolts. Again, perfect for Toon. And we have Room 6, the dungeon. Every place in Transylvania has a dungeon, so all keeping in with the scenario. What else we got? Mars needs Cream's Puff, another full scenario there. What else we got? Jerks on a Beanstalk. And you're getting a lot of different writers in here as well, so essentially they're contributing their ideas to, you know, expanding upon the core game. Then we get to a section on the cartoon series. So the cartoon series, so essentially the idea we're taking it sort of like, instead of like your Saturday morning cartoon in front before at the cinema, here we get onto an ongoing kind of series on TV. So we have Witch Dusters, you know, so that's a riff upon Ghostbusters, I suppose, and we have a proper pilot. Now Museum, Now You Don't. Again, nice pun. And similarly, we have Car Blazers instead of Star Blazers. So again, we go back to the idea of Toon parodying the cartoons, parodying particular genres and other particular programs, and it's doing this here. And Car Blazers, Star Blazers. You know, Torgo's Last Stand is the pilot. Spy Guys, so we have next Spy Guys. That's the next series. So it's espionage, but Toon. So the characters are heroic government agents working for Cop Out, the central organisation for prosecution of unfriendly terrorists, which asks, do we have any friendly terrorists? With Robot Rampage as the pilot. Okay, so I've got a co-pilot, Ridiculous Journey. Yeah, that's going to be not just a couple of things. So you're looking at really sort of like Fantastic Journey, notably, and then Incredible Journeys and so on. So yeah, they basically in this the animator plays the chief as seen in the movie, but E. coli, head of amoeba, and an evil international conspiracy, and so on. So that's quite nice. And then we've got a series of quick flicks and more. You know, so Ant Misbehaving, The Jerks on You. Just one page ideas what the animator can use. Surely You Joust, Lulu with a Lullaby. Lots of great things in there, I think. And then we have chapter 10, the Toon Adventure Generator. And Places to Go, Robot Factories, Incredible Busy Empty Street, the Bakery, and more. Costume Shop, Zoo, a whole lot, lots and lots in here. You know, we even get to deal with ghosts and the Old West. And the Carnival, all classic kind of cartoon subjects, classic American locations, if you will. Then even into outer space. We're dealing with Martians and other aliens. Cartoon stars. Basically just a list of potential characters you could play. And then just more tables at the end. So that's Toon. Let's say the deluxe Toon, and this is what a character sheet looks like. So nice, clear, and simple. So yeah, I'm actually quite. I've played this a few times and really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun if you throw yourself into it. And there's a lot to play with. There's a lot to game with, and it's a really quite a simple game to bring to the table, and have some fun with. And it's got a very much pick up and play kind of ethos. You know, grab this, get playing. You know, and it's good when you don't. It's good for when you don't have enough players. Like somebody's ill or can't come, and you want something alternative prepared. Yeah, it's a really sort of like almost an ultimate filler game in that way. Anyway. I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing of Toon. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook way, you'll see me out here with a parcel and a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook, and I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.